Good evening, everyone. My name is Sam Petru, Psychic Medium, and welcome to our Wednesday live readings and energy catch-up. Good evening, everyone. Let me know that you're there. Oh, wow, there's quite a few comments already. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you all. It's been quite some time since we've been able to do this. There's been a lot going on, as probably what you've seen on my live, on my news feed. Let's see who's on. I can see Ronsky. Hi there, Ronsky. We've got Julia. Kat. Hi, Kat. How are you? Helen. Lovely to see you, Helen. Thank you for tuning in. Rachel's there as well. Hey. Got Sebastian right here as well. It was really funny. Just before I went to start, he actually sat right in front of the computer, and it's like he was getting ready himself to go live with me today. But he does get a little bit shy too. And as a lot of you have probably seen, Sebastian has actually had a little bit going on with him most recently as well. And he's actually doing a lot better. And thank you very much for everyone's warm wishes and well wishes. It's been a long process, but through a lot of endurance, we've managed to get him to the other side, thank God. But thank you as well to everyone, because when I posted the little photo of him, I didn't really expect to get such a big response. But I know Sebastian's quite well known in these parts. And I think you haven't really gotten to see Ollie, my other little kitten, but hopefully they'll come and jump up again to say hello again. Let's see who else has joined in. Minnie Moo. Hi, Minnie Moo. I'm really good, thank you. It's been a good week so far. We've got Perian, Rachel, Kathy, Linda. Hi, Fiona, Kirsty, Teresa. And that's the joy, this little community is growing. I always enjoy really seeing all the comments in the posts and everything. Make sure you tag your friends as well. Let them know that we're here and that we're tuning in all together. And even if you're watching this as a replay, please make sure that you leave your comments there as well. I always tune back in to see what's been said. Oh, Rona, it's really Rona. I'm hiding from my employer. Wouldn't even have had a slight guess that you were hiding from someone, Ronsky. Very creative with the name. Hi, Dylan. And thanks so much for your well wishes, everyone. Sebastian is doing very well. It was very unexpected what had happened to him, and so it was very much in a way that, lucky we caught it really quickly, I guess. I can see all the friends are finding themselves in the comments. Lovely, lovely. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed the start to the week. So as per normal tradition, I do like to catch up every Wednesday. And when we can, of course, as per what's been going on these last few weeks, that hasn't happened. Oh, here he is. Come on. Come on. Just give me one. Come. Say hello, everyone. I don't think he knows the camera's on, though. Hi, Sebastian. He is doing better. I'll just stand up so you can see him better. They had to shave his fur a little bit around his neck, but he is getting better. I knew he'd eventually come up because he was looking at the computer, but he's okay. He'll probably be walking around us, but anyway, that's all good. But yeah, the energy's been really, really interesting this week. And as per our earlier weekly guidance that I sent out on Monday, the card was All Is Well. And All Is Well was more about just finding the peace in the current moment and enjoying what is happening in this particular energy. And so I always like to check in midweek and just to see what's happening. And I'm also quite curious to hear, how is everyone's week going? Have you felt that the weekly guidance, is it something that sort of resonates with your current, how your week is currently progressing and how it's going? I'm always really interested to hear. And what I'll do now is I will give my trusty old cards a really big shuffle, and we'll see what is happening for the rest of the week. I'm just having a look at the comments. If I do miss anyone, I do apologize. With Facebook, they tend to move quite quickly as well. Hi, Lauren, I see you're there. Melissa, hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining. And Sebastian meows back at you too. Thank you so much. He is very cute. He's a little blessing. It was actually Sebastian's birthday as well on the 23rd of September. So we celebrated that. Oh, wow. So it's school holidays. I thought it was a little bit quiet at the moment, not as much traffic and things going on. Now so lovely to see everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, look, I did want to talk about something as well, just before we move on with the cards and things like that. And I know that not everyone is going through the same thing at this particular time. And I really do understand how some people are feeling. This year has been quite overwhelming for everybody. Being thrown out of our usual routines, certain goals and aspirations may be put on hold for the time being. But the wisdom that came from earlier this week, especially with the card that we had on Monday, All is Well, to me, everything happens for a reason. And there are certain things that we're learning. There are certain things that have been made aware to us that we might not have been able to confront or to see if this year didn't actually happen. And I like to get people to really become aware of the self-talk or what they're projecting to the universe. So rather than becoming overwhelmed by something that you can't control, try and focus upon what you can control and what you're grateful for and what you're happy for. Maybe you might find that because of what's been going on, you've been able to spend more time with the family. You might be able to spend more time not commuting. And so you might find time for more people. There might be some people that might have gravitated away from you during this particular time. And the reason that I felt guided to talk about that today is that I do hear a lot of the negative chatter. It's like, oh God, what else is 2020 going to bring? Well, sometimes the universe will rattle us and it will give us something to make us more, like to awaken us and to make us see things. We've seen so many things come to the forefront globally. And I don't want to get into the whole political thing. That's not what I'm here to talk about. But it is making people more aware. People are awakening in the globe. And so please be mindful of that and see if you can see the positivity, even though things are quite tough at the moment. Let's see how everyone's week. So some of you are saying that you've been feeling a little bit crook this week. I'm sending you much healing for those of you that are unwell. There's some anxiety also. So I can see that some of you are feeling a bit anxious, and that's quite normal. And I think that's with what the card of the week said earlier in our weekly guidance on Monday, is being happy with where you are at the moment. So anxiety usually creeps up when there's a lot of uncertainty about where we're going. And so what I was just sharing with you is a really good way of just bringing things back to basics and just focus on what you can control, alleviating that unnecessary worry energy. Okay. Now I'm going to give our cards a good shuffle. Now, just a little reminder, this here is our general overview, and we'll just see what the rest of the week is to bring, what possibly we need to focus on as well. Giving them a good shuffle. And usually Spirit will give me a bit of a sign to stop the shuffling. Okay. That should be about right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is incredibly interesting, isn't it? And you'll get to see it right now. So the cards that have popped out. Now, this is really interesting because we were literally just talking about this. So the cards that have come up first of all were the card of disruption, and we've also got the card of suffering in silence right after each other. They were the overlying cards. Now, when these cards come up together, I know by looking at them at face value, they might sound a little bit dramatic, but I really do like to tune into the actual energy with them. Now, with this card here, disruption means that you might feel like you're not in control. You might be feeling like your hands are tied. As you can see, the person in the imagery has their hands tied like that. They're unable to, they feel like they're unable to control what's happening. And so what happens is that we get overwhelmed and we can't see beyond that. We're stuck within that energy. Now, the beauty of this reading today is that the card of suffering in silence has come up as well. Now, you're probably wondering, why is suffering in silence such a good card? Well, it actually is, because if you take note of the imagery on the card, you can see that the mountain that this beautiful woman is sitting, the beautiful woman that is sitting on top of the mountain, you can see that she's at peace. And the mountain is quite dark in color, and it shows that she's gone through quite a lot, but she's managed to get to the top of the mountain, and now she's feeling quite relaxed. You can see that her hair is blowing in the wind. She's also got, I can't really see it, I think it's like a shawl, or a part of her clothing is sort of also blowing gently in the wind. So she's at peace, she's quite calm. And we've also got the beautiful sunset or the sunrise, depending on how you depict the information from the card yourselves. So it's quite a gentle card. Now, number 9 in numerology represents change. It represents an ending and a new beginning. So although things might have been quite overwhelming for you, just be reassured that this is going to be the end of that. You're going to start progressing and moving forward. Now, there were a few other cards that also came out, and that was the card of truth. The card of truth is all about acknowledging how you truly feel right now as an individual. So if you've been, for example, dismissing things because you feel, oh, maybe I shouldn't be saying that, or I shouldn't be focusing on that, to some degree that's true. You can sort of try and march forward and move forward from it. But if it's your inner truth, if it's something that you really do need to acknowledge, then you need to pay attention to those messages. Now, from a human perspective as well, we like to get things moving a little bit quickly, but universally, we do get reminded that we need to have patience while the universe works out the finer details in our lives. So while the universe is doing what it can for you, try your best effort to try and meet the universe halfway, but just be mindful that you're not setting yourself unrealistic goals. So possibly just start setting smaller milestones as you progress forward with that. And finally, quite a few cards for our Wednesday catch-up is the card of material harvest. Now, this is also number 9 numerologically. And you can see here too that this person is feeling quite satisfied. They've worked very hard, and the universe has actually given them what they've been working hard to achieve. So in essence, and looking at that holistically, just be mindful of how you're feeling. Don't get too overwhelmed. Don't let the worry and the stress bog you down, and try to start moving beyond that, okay? Try to step past that energy. And I find it quite interesting that before I even drew any cards, I was actually talking about just living in the moment, not being overwhelmed by what's happening in the world, and only dealing with what is happening with what you can actually control. So it's quite interesting to see how that energy has all come together in addition to our Monday reading for our weekly guidance. So what we'll do, just very briefly, if you're in a safe environment, just close your eyes and just take a deep breath in With every inhale, you breathe in positivity and calm energy. And with every exhale, you release any energy that is no longer in your best interest, allowing for divine timing and receiving the reassurance that the universe is always guiding you and protecting you, and that you are in the right place at the right time. Releasing energy that is no longer in your best interest, whether that is a job, friends, or a person that you associate with. And inhale positivity and calm energy. And exhale, releasing all energy that is no longer in your best interest. You are now surrounded with a white golden energy that is protecting your love and light. And many blessings to you all. Just a quick, short meditation, just a quick grounding and clearing meditation to help everyone during this time. Please let me know how you're feeling, and please let me know if that short guided meditation has alleviated some of that pressure. And just remember, you can actually implement something like that yourself. So don't hesitate just to take a time out when you're in a safe environment, just to rebalance and to recalibrate yourself. Many blessings. Now, as per tradition, everyone, I would love to draw some cards. Now, these cards are just a mini little reading for you beautiful souls that join me every week. And I will go to the person in whom I'm drawn to energetically and whose spirit guides me to. So if you don't get chosen, don't take it personally, of course, but just be mindful that I do try to do a couple of them each week. Also, just to let you all know, at this particular time, I am offering my private readings. All sessions are available at sampetru.com.au. I have sessions available by telephone, WhatsApp, and Zoom, Australia-wide or internationally for my international clients. And I'm also based in Sydney's inner west suburb of Leichhardt for my private in-person readings as well. There is a bit of a wait for in-person readings. I believe the next ones aren't available until mid-October and November. And at this particular time, as we approach the end of the year, things do start getting quite busy. So feel free to book in through my website when you're needing a session. Okay, now I'm just seeing who I'm guided to. Oh, and Hayley, I've just seen your message there. Sending you much healing there, Hayley. That sounds quite painful. I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that with your eye. Okay. Now I'm giving the cards a shuffle. I'm just going to tune in and see who I'm guided to by spirit. If you'd like a mini reading, please let me know and I will draw some cards for you. It's really lovely being back. Thank you everyone for tuning in again after a few weeks break. And Lauren, I'm being guided to you. Just let me know that you're still there, please, Lauren, and I'll give the cards a bit of a shuffle. And we'll see how many we can get through this evening as well. But Lauren, just let me know that you're still there. I'm just giving these a good shuffle. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much, Lauren. Just giving these a good shuffle. Oh, wow. Now, Lauren, there's actually a little bit going on for you. I'm having to draw a few extra cards. So there's a few things happening with you, Lauren. The first card that came out was actually the card of New Beginnings, which is all about positivity moving forward. Unfortunately, though, it was greeted with the neighboring card of Conflict and Defeat. So when these cards come up as a combination, it usually means that you might be trying to take a step forward, but there might be some, this is a mental card. So in traditional tarot, it's actually a card of swords, the Five of Swords. So usually it means that you're having a little bit of difficulty overcoming mental challenges. So something might be a little bit draining. You might be overthinking a little bit. The number 5 numerologically, though, is also about moving forward, about going ahead. So when it comes up like this, it's showing that you're starting to, struggle a little bit. You're having difficulty moving forward. Now, what seems to be what stands out the most with all of this is actually the solar plexus chakra card. Now, the solar plexus chakra lives above your belly button and under your rib cage area. And that means that you feel like you're not being heard. So you might not be, it could be someone at work that might not be listening to your ideas. That's the type of energy that's surrounded by the solar plexus chakra. It also means that you might not necessarily be doing everything that you feel like you should be doing. So you might be feeling like your creative side is being closed off. So be mindful of how the energy manifests for you. Overall as well, and sorry to say this a little bit forward, this is the way that I generally like to be, because this is the message that you need to hear, is that it feels like you're getting a little bit bored of this situation. So it might be a bit repetitive for you at the moment as well. So you might need to, jazz things up a little bit, but it does seem to be quite obvious here that you really do need to sort of stand your ground a little bit and maybe make yourself heard a little bit more. The final card that came out for you was the card of authority. So card of authority is as you can see, the gentleman is sitting there with his arms folded and, very much so asking to be heard. The card of authority can also represent someone that you're dealing with. They might be a little bit stubborn and difficult, and they might not be paying attention to you as well. So many blessings to you, Lauren. In general, I do see that there is a lot going on for you. You might find it useful to take a step back from that energy and maybe make some notes, like breaking things down and working on them at an individual capacity rather than looking at it as one big challenge. But all the best. I hope that resonates with you, and take care. Take care. Okay, Lauren, I've seen your response. Look, sometimes taking a stance, especially when it comes to very much losing someone in that particular way, it is sometimes when we're growing energetically, sometimes certain people will remain at that same old vibration, and you might be progressing, which we should all be progressing energetically. So although you might be feeling sad and disappointed when that happens, it can be a good sign of release. So don't feel guilty about it and just take it step by step, Lauren. But sending you much healing and many blessings as well. So we do have time for another reading. So if you're still there and you feel that you'd like to receive some guidance today, then please let me know. And if I've missed anyone's comments, just please comment again. It goes really quickly, and I don't want to miss anyone. I love seeing you all supporting each other as well. And once again, please take a look at my website for a full reading with me at sampetru.com.au, in-person sessions in Leichhardt in Sydney, or globally and Australia-wide via telephone, WhatsApp, and Zoom. Okay. Melissa Crowley, I'm being guided to you. I have seen your pretty please and your little crossed fingers there. Please let me know that you're still there, Melissa, and I will tune into your energy, please. Melissa Crowley, just let me know that you're still there, Melissa. I'm just giving these cards a shuffle for you. I can see the families online. Lovely to see you both, Hayley and Melissa. And I love the cat emoji. Thank you. And I'm sure Sebastian and Ollie appreciate it as well. Okay, Melissa, I do need to let you know that Dad's here and he's sort of giving you a bit of a wink and he's just sort of giving you a good day, like, hey, I'm here. I'm not sure whether you were planning on hearing from Dad, but he's actually, he seems quite relaxed and quite calm at the moment as well. Let's see what he has to say. I'm actually going to put the cards down because I've got your dad here, Melissa, so I'm just going to tune into him directly rather than using the cards. Let me have a quick look at what he's saying. Your dad's actually talking about that there's a bit of a reinvigorative kind of energy that is around you at the moment, Melissa. And he's actually saying that he's really glad to see that you're being quite happy and that things are actually sort of progressing and going the way that you've wanted them to go for. He's acknowledging that there's been quite a lot of difficulty and hardship up until recently, and you're actually starting to find your feet and where you actually want to be. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you directly. It's just the way that he's portraying that message. If you can just clarify, Melissa. And as a lot of you have probably noticed, when it comes to readings, I don't actually ask any questions. I always find it very beneficial for anyone just to go with what Spirit has to say, because Spirit always knows what is important to you at this particular time. From a human perspective, we don't always understand that, depending on the way that we perceive certain things. But energetically, Melissa, he's sort of saying that you've been quite busy at the moment, but things are coming together. It's like you're planning and moving forward with everything. So he's not really saying much else. I do really feel that he's just sort of popped in briefly just to let you know and to give you that reassurance. Let me just give him another minute just to see if he has anything else to add. He loves you both very much. I know I keep shuffling the cards, but I'm not actually using them. I think it's just a force of habit when I'm holding them in my hand. No, but he's definitely quite calm. He's quite happy with the both of you. Let me double check. Your dad's talking about a male energy. I feel like it's your brother. And he's talking about your brother, but he's saying that he's a little bit worried about your brother again. I feel like he's sort of most recently just sort of gone off a little bit onto a tangent, like he's lost a little bit of focus. So you might want to maybe have a chat to him just to make sure that he is okay. Okay. Melissa, please let me know how that resonates with you, and I'm hoping that all makes sense with what's come through, but I will thank your dad for coming in as well. He's very calm today. I like to I really like to describe the way that someone is feeling at the moment. It's like whenever you tune in and connect with someone to be quite important. And just so you understand how they're going, just like if you were to bump into a friend now, you can kind of gauge how they're feeling and everything. So I find it really reassuring to see that too. But many blessings to you. Your dad can hear you. They can always hear us. Don't worry about that. Many blessings to you, Melissa. And also to Haley. I know that you're there as well, Haley. But many blessings to the both of you. But yeah, it was really interesting. And sometimes spirit can stir the pot as well. Sometimes they might make it a little bit more, they depending on the relationship as well. They're not shy. They keep all of their personalities. Their personality rather. Sorry. I do become a bit ungrounded when I'm doing readings, so my English might not always come out right. Lovely. Thank you as well to everyone that has just joined as well. I can see that Sherry's there as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this is streaming on YouTube and Facebook Live. So if you're not seeing all the comments, it could be because of that as well, depending on where you're tuning in from. Okay. Now, let me just speak to Spirit and see. I do feel like we have time for one more, Spirit. Yes, we do. So we'll do one more and we'll see what comes up and for whom, rather. Now, let me know if you're still there and you'd like some guidance. And once again, for those of you that would like a full private session with me, my availability is on my website at sampetru.com.au. I have sessions by telephone, WhatsApp and Zoom, Australia-wide and internationally. And I do have a handful of Sydney sessions remaining for the rest of the year. So please keep an eye on that too. Oh, lovely to see you all. Okay, Miss Zoe Patelli, I'm being drawn and guided to you. Please just let me know that you're still there, Zoe. Oh, thank you for confirming that you're there, Zoe. I'm just going to give the cards a quick shuffle for you and we'll see what is going on with you at the moment. And good evening to everyone joining as well. I can see that there's still quite a few of you tuning in. Lovely to see familiar and new faces as well. So Zoe, this is for you. So I'm just giving it a good shuffle. Thank you, Zoe. Lovely, here we go. This is quite an interesting set for you as well, Zoe. Interesting. So the cards that have come up for you are the card of Harmony, and you've also got the card of Choose Wisely. Now, with the card of Harmony, it usually represents, as you can see, it is like the Lover's card in traditional tarot. So it usually has a lot to do with relationships and feeling comfortable in a relationship, but something with a bit of significance. So we're not talking about, like a one-night stand or something that isn't of longevity. So the card of Harmony means that there's a soulful connection with the person that is coming up in the card. Now, I do feel at this particular time, because you've got the card Choose Wisely, it means that you need to start making decisions on what you're going to do when it comes with your relationships. And the third card was the Discontent and Boredom card. So when these cards come up together like this, Zoe, it means that you might be sort of focused on the wrong person in some capacity. And so Spirit and the cards are asking for you to feel reassured that there's the possibility of interacting with someone new, something more exciting. When we look at the overall energy and when we look at the overall cards, you're being guided that, or sort of reminded rather, the card of Firm Foundation, which represents a part of you that needs to know that things are going to be okay. So although things may be in a little bit of a flux for you at the moment, you will find grounding, and you will find, I do feel that it's referring to you meeting someone and having that stability in a relationship. So feel free to, open up and try and do some of those little meditations that I've sort of run through with you earlier, where I've said, releasing energy from the past that is no longer in your best interest, and using that to help clear any stagnant past or blocked energy in that way. So Zoe, please let me know how that resonates with you. But in general, take some time to really look after yourself, focus on your own energy rather than worrying about everyone else at this particular time. Look, it's been such a pleasure connecting with every single one of you again. It definitely has been a while. I just saw your response there, Zoe. Thank you so much for your lovely feedback. Probably sounds about right. Thanks heaps. You're very welcome, Zoe. Thank you for tuning in as well. So we normally get here every Wednesday, usually at about 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that's Sydney, Melbourne time. And I believe that's also Queensland time. I don't think there's daylight. I don't think they should all be the same time. But many blessings to all of you. For those of you that would like a private session with me, please take a look at my website at sampetru.com.au. But till next time, please look after yourselves, stay safe, and be well. That's the most important thing. But take care. We'll speak again soon. Bye for now.